How y'all doing?
I feel like the question I was gonna ask seems so unsincere now.
Say it now.
I was gonna say because you were talking about people thinking you don't have to like hustle as hard as you do. You know what I mean?
I didn't really mean it like that. I just meant like
They think you like.
I don't think anyone thinks anything. I think maybe it's more myself thinking this, but whatever. The point I'm making is that people might think, "Oh, you on." But you could have a lot of a weight in culture and in people's minds and people's hearts, but that don't mean you got $1 million or nothing. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you could have that project with Al.
And that's what matters. That's really my point. It's like it's not about the money and all that. It's about like, bro, I could go around the world and there's one motherfucker or three motherfuckers like, God damn, Wick. Oh shit. And that shit means everything in the world more than like if you like, you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I don't know. Not to be corny. I know that sounds obvious. But
no, I get what you mean. It's like I think a lot of people might assume like, all right, you released that project with Al, Mike a few 6 months ago or something.
Yeah.
But that's not health insurance.
Exactly.
You know what
there
I mean?
There you go. Exactly. I've been like, when the vinyl dropping, man? When the vinyl dropping? It's dropping next week, by the way. It's dropping next week. Yeah, I think so.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Can I ask the dumb, how did that come together? Or have you been asked that enough?
Nah, you asked me. It basically, Pata, whatever the fuck. Pata, nah, those are my peoples. I fuck with them. I didn't mean to say the accent wrong. But they wanted to work with Al on something with me and Mike, and they were like, yo, let's put this all together. And then we were like, yo, we might as well we did like 3 joints for it, so we were like, might as well do a whole album for it, just with us, so to make it like a real, you know what I mean? Like, so then we just it was kind of like set up with Potter, and then we made it a whole thing. We're like, we're going to do our own shit with it and make a whole album out of it, you know?
It was cool to see you guys. Like, I saw Mike perform at Bruiser Thanksgiving.
Mike's amazing.
Did an incredible show.
Incredible.
I love.
We just saw him out in L.A.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
He had a show here?
Yeah, just the other night.
Really?
Yeah.
He headlined? It was his headlining show?
His show.
That's
454 ripped it. Just killed it. Shout out 454 too.
I love people who take performing seriously. Papo, you're one of the best performers.
I know. Let me say this. Papo, first time I seen him before I was like, what the fuck? That shit changed. I was like, oh my God.
Subject's also one of the best live DJs I've ever seen.
Of course.
Shout out Subject 5.
No, Pop, you know what it was at? It's at that spot in the lower. And I was like, oh my God, this motherfucker different. He a monster.
The audience goes into like a hypnotic state when you're performing. They don't know what they're doing.
He takes over.
For real. You do that too.
I think I'm more like this motherfucker's like, nah, you ain't. I'm like, I be fried. I be like cracking jokes half my set. Half my set's like a comedy set.
Yeah, but you care about the performance.
Of course.
Some people don't care about the performance.
That's all I got, man. That's all I got. The performance is all I got. That's how I feel.
Really? Do you think the performance is more important than the mute? Like,
well, when I'm gonna brag about my streams, motherfucker, I'm gonna brag.
Most people do.
Nah, I'm gonna brag about me rapping in your face and ripping it apart.
How many shows?
That's the most that's the shit you can actually brag about. Not even brag, just like you can see it, bro. Come see me live and tell me I'm not nice. Like, that's the thing, I could be cocky as I want in that regard. Because I did put in the hours and I'm nice. You get what I'm saying? Come see me live.
Do you think
anything else, it's like, haha, whatever. I'm not going to do a cook-off. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think you could put a number to how many performances you've done?
I don't know, man. Thousands maybe at this point.
How old are you?
Well, let's do the math. I'm 30. I've been doing this shit since I was doing shows in high school. So since I was like 17. And then I was touring heavy. And that's 17. I don't know, man. It's a lot of shows.
Were you doing at least 52 shows a year?
Off rip. Easily.
100 shows?
No.
So like 60, 70
It depends on the year.
Yeah. So even 52 shows over 15 years.
I'm not good at math, motherfucker, but I did a lot of shit.
780?
Whatever, man. I don't know, man.
He did the math right there. He has a calculator.
But that's a conservative estimate.
I wasn't just pointing at him and saying
I think I did a G.
1,000 shows?
Yeah.
No, this is conservative, so you could easily hit 1,000. Yeah.
What's the worst show you've ever done?
One time, Rat King played, and nothing worked. Like, this is very, very early. Nothing worked. Because sport, and this shit got me like, I was like, sport, fuck this shit. We got to just play the MP3 and do it. And he's like, nah, bro, we're going to figure it out. It's like early. Nothing worked, and it all failed. And then we still ran the live shit. And that's like what made Rat King special, I think, the live element of that, you know?
That's the thing about like comedy. You don't really like rap shows. If you would cancel it if there's not enough ticket sales. Like you never did shows in front of like single digit people, right?
Single digit?
I've done shows in front of 4 people before. Brooklyn Comedy Club. I drove from Boston all the way to
give
New
me
York.
at least 15, goddamn.
Bro, I drove from Boston all the way to New York for my first
I'm
show
saying, he interviewing me, motherfucker.
ever booked in New York, ever. I get there, and they're like, yeah, you're on the show, but you have to seat people. I'm like, I just drove from Boston. You're saying I have to seat people, too?
That's a struggle. Comedy struggle different.
I sat 5 people and then had to perform.
No, comedy struggle different, but that's known, and that's part of it. It's earning that hard skin, you know what I mean? I think that's a big part of comedy. That's why, like, I didn't go to comedy because that shit, I don't have it in me.